Now that you've successfully written your first script, let me now review some scripting conventions that you need to follow from here on out. Let's start off with naming rules. One of the most common beginner mistakes that I notice from my ActionScript students day in and day out can be traced to sloppy naming practices. Let me give you some rules to live by regarding naming your instances, frame labels, functions, variables, or any other name that you come up with during the course of your script work in Flash. You'll notice that all of these self-described or self-named elements are black here in the script. The blue words are reserved words. And what you'll notice right away is that ActionScript 3.0 is case sensitive. Uppercase letters matter. And you'll quickly discover this when you forget to capitalize a required method name, for example, like mouse event right here. If I replace the capital E with a lowercase e, and then I do a control test movie, you'll notice that I'll get an error in line 5, right there where I change that capitalization. Also notice that my movie is looping, so none of the scripts are working. Also, you'll notice that the color changed from blue to black. Let's go back and change that to a capital E, and immediately the mouse event changes back to blue, indicating that that is a recognized reserved word. Likewise, this go to and stop, all the capitalization must be followed or you'll break that method there. That should be a capital A. Again, notice that as soon as I capitalize it, it changes from black to blue. So in order to reduce those annoying case errors, never use uppercase letters in your names. That way you'll never have to guess whether the function or instance name is handle click with a capital C or without a capital C, like this one right here. Now you will notice some instances of what they refer to as camel case in the scripts presented here. Some programmers like to use this camel case where you capitalize the second word of a compound word. I tend to use this usage with no uppercase letters, handle underscore click, but you will notice some of these camel case examples in the scripts presented. And again, we do this to make these compound words easier to read. However, one thing that you will never see in the scripts presented are spaces in any of the labels. For example, the page 1 label has an underscore instead of a space there. The reason for that is Flash cannot parse those empty spaces. Instead, it'll substitute characters, usually a percentage sign like that, to fill in that empty space, thereby making your scripts unpredictable. The last thing you want to do is have this unpredictability when working with ActionScript. So instead what you want to do is use letters, spaces, or perhaps underscores, but never empty spaces in your names. In fact, what I recommend that you do is use numbers 1 through 9 and letters A through Z. Don't use any strange characters like pound signs, dollar signs, carets, ampersands, and so on. Also, never start your names with numbers. In many cases, Flash will insist that your names start with letters. You can include numbers in your names, just don't start your names with numbers. And lastly, again, never include spaces in your names. So to summarize, do not use uppercase letters. Camel case is okay. Underscores are also okay. Never use strange characters. Use 1 through 9 and A through Z. Always start names with a letter and never include spaces in your names. So if you follow these naming rules consistently and reliably, I guarantee that you'll avoid a lot of potential problems and future errors and other mistakes when writing your ActionScript code.